Hello and welcome to Estonian Disc Golf Championship 2022, sponsored by Smartpost. My name is Jussi Valdsalu and I'm here with Silja Madison. Hello, Silja.
Hello, Jussi. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking. Are you ready to see some amazing FPO final round games?
Absolutely. They are amazing and you're all about to see it too. As Jussi said, my name is Silja. I work for the Estonian Disc Golf Association, but maybe Jussi is not so much known and this is his first project. So let's hear about you a little bit.
Yeah, thanks. First, indeed, I was intrigued to give my voice to commentating this amazing competition, and I have commented before on other sports, but not in disc golf. And since I'm so interested in disc golf and recently started playing myself, then why not give my hand to provide something else besides throwing discs badly? So, you know.
That's amazing. You're gonna do well, definitely, and we're seeing the players already. So obviously everybody knows Kristin and Kaidi Allsalu.
Both are supported by Latitude 64, and we have seen how amazing they have been playing recently. And third, Anneli Tõugjas-Männiste, sponsored by Discmania, and finally Keiti Tätte, Latitude 64 as well. And these four ladies are gonna battle each other to get the championship title.
Yep, last year Keiti won the championships, and this time Kristin is here to take revenge on her, so to say. But yeah, let's see what's going to happen. The final round, the fourth round on EMV disco course, which is a really nice open course, and we're about to see the first hole here.
Yeah, a par 198 meters with an OB. A nice curve to the left, a decent backhand. We throw it out, and we can see now Keiti Tätte. Oh, my apologies. Kristin Tattar going on a tee pad, and I'm surprised how he's going to do. Is she going to do well? Because her hand recently has had some issues, and it seems like.
Well, she did say that she's taking a bit easier. She's not gonna, use her maximum power, and I think the first shot here was absolutely perfect. All you need to do is just get around the corner, and then you're gonna see the basket. But it depends on where your layup is, whether you're gonna have some trees.
That's a bit of a bad spot for the next throw, isn't it?
Yeah. Luckily, she can take a few steps back because of the OB between the basket.
Oh yes, true.
Now Anneli, third on the tee pad. She did some amazing rounds on the competition, and we're really happy to see her in the lead card. However, this is I was on the spots every day there, and this was a throw that I could see every day because of the adrenaline. The first throw tends to go to the right.
Right, yeah.
But par is still playable.
Well, it's way better spot than Kaidi got though. So it's a bit more open option to go to the basket from there rather than what Kaidi had. And Keiti's going the same spot. Oh, that's
so big. Sorry, I actually missed. Was Kaidi's disc in the OB or?
I think it came out. I didn't
in that case, you can't actually take a few steps back. Yeah. So the measuring. This is always like a
tense moment.
Yeah.
As you see, Kaidi's and Keiti's are both there.
They're really going into details.
I mean, every inch counts, doesn't it?
Let's see the board there. What does it say? Yeah. It looks like Kaidi took OB, and she's taken now a few steps back just to get like a better angle. Yeah, that looks good.
That's a good, nicely over the bend.
Have you played on this course yourself?
I have not, to be honest. I would really love to. It seems like an amazing course. I have not played in the southern region of Estonia, but I am planning to do it soon and hopefully not get as many bogeys as I expect, and maybe some birdies. Right, Anneli's got a good spot actually for the basket. As you can see, the lane for her is pretty perfect, but where did it exactly land? We will see. Good spot for Kristin.
Yeah, as I said, you have those trees in the middle, so you can choose whether to go backhand, which is maybe a bit more difficult. You need to be really accurate. So the forehand for her works really well.
Hopefully her forehand doesn't like give problems. Like I recently found out that Eagle Man had problems with his arm, and now he's not throwing sidearm at all, only backhand, and even threw backhand with left hand, which is interesting. Good throw from
got some branches.
It seemed like a good throw, but yeah, the branches were there.
Well, to be fair, I think it's fairly easy to take a birdie from this hole. So if you do have a mistake, you can still get the par, and I think it's okay. I don't know, like obviously they're not happy, but we are so amazed by their play.
Yeah.
So Keiti's, I would say, famous forehand.
Oh, that's a good throw. Straight out of the basket, easy tap in.
Well, I can say a few facts about the weather as well. Maybe 3 days it was like perfect weather, and on the last day there was a bit winds. You can see from the flag, and I think the girls also got a little bit of rain, which we will see in a few moments, I think.
Nicely parked down under the basket, all three, and the last one is gonna be parked as well. So simple tap-ins for everyone.
Yeah, we didn't see anyone taking risks, like trying to get like a great distance putt.
yeah, no risks there, just safe plays and getting the points in, and no reason to risk it right now as the game's just starting, and it's rather important to get as low par as possible.
Yeah. Well, for Kristin it was quite safe anyway.
Yeah, it was easy for her.
But Kaidi, Keiti and Anneli, and there were a few other names that actually were quite tight together. Was that correct? I think I was.
Yeah. Par 3, 135 meters, fairly straight down. A bit of trees in the middle. It's gonna give some slight issues, but you can see Kristin's gonna throw it nicely over the trees, over everything, and the disc is, I don't even know where it is, but it's somewhere over there, I guess. Oh, I saw it in the end.
Yeah, I think the correct line here is the throw right hyzer. The only thing is that, if it goes too far to the left, there's some low branches there. Maybe you can't really putt from there. You need to just do a layup.
Yeah. So it's better to go sit. Oh, that's a bit out of lane. That's a bit out of lane.
Yeah,
those are the annoying branches right there.
Yeah, just slightly higher. It would have been perfect, I think, because there's some nice gaps on the right side. That looks good.
That's a good throw indeed. They cut through the trees. Oh, that's actually puttable. It seems it's a far putt, but it's puttable, I think. If you got the arm for it, I don't, but they do definitely. I would, compared to them, I don't have any disc golf knowledge. They know how to play indeed.
So Anneli got the, I would say, the worst place to be. This is where I usually end up. It's like a low ceiling, narrow tunnel, and you can't really throw backhand. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So you need to do a forehand, but she's got it good.
And that's actually a good
putt.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
as she does, as Keiti does, and that's the putt from Kristin. Not that good as she expected, but that's nicely laid up and straight under the basket.
Kaidi's having some difficulties. This is what I was talking about. It's like it's not far, but you can't really.
It's the annoying low ceiling right there. Yeah, you don't want to get stuck behind those branches, and that's just gonna ruin your game as you try to get out of those, but still the branches were way too spread out and way too low. And simple layup for Anneli.
Well, Kaidi's putts are really good, so I don't think it's going to be a problem if she doesn't get in the 3 meter ring.
Oh, that's a nice putt. That's a nice putt from Keiti. decent pass save from that obnoxiously bad position in the first.
Oh, no.
My God, what happened there?
I was just saying, like, putts are really good.
Yeah.
And that was from the left side as well, which is sort of the, how to say, amateur side.
Right.
Or the weak side.
That's a shame. That was a good throw. That was a good, decent putt, but you know, sometimes they change to just don't like your disc, and that's just part of disc golf, isn't it?
Yeah.
As you can see, the score is currently on the screen, and we're going into the third hole. Hole? That's the word. Yes, third hole, 105 meters, par 3. It's a bit of an OB, but it shouldn't bother anyone. Tree is in the middle, straight line, slightly to the right. And most of them are probably going to go with forehand or an overturn with backhand. And that's a decent throw. And where does it land?
It looks perfect.
Yeah, it's simple. Should be a simple tap in for Kristin.
Yeah. But the wind is from the left side as well, which is going to... Oh, she's doing a backhand.
Backhand, overturn.
Come on, work.
Oh, it should work nicely. Work nicely. Maybe I've gone a bit too far, but we'll see where it landed. Anna's going for backhand as well. Surprisingly, I would have gone forehand, but they know their hands better than I do.
Yeah.
Obviously. Oh, and that's actually a good
back.
throw, but yeah, it didn't come back as far as when you need. But
the only thing to avoid here is to get a roll, because
or go too
like
deep as Kaidi just did.
Yeah, that's it. But you can see there's a gap.
Oh, there's a gap actually. A low ceiling gap, but there's a gap.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a good attempt. It was a good throw. Indeed, the low ceiling is going to bother and get you nervous way too much, but getting out there nicely is a good thing, and getting it under the basket and straight. Same thing is going to happen with Anneli, and Kristin's got a nice putt. It should be on the edge of the first circle, and it's nicely in.
Where's Keiti?
Okay, that's
she must be either really close to the basket, or perhaps we didn't see the second throw. Let's see what the scores are going to be.
Straight in the chains. Oh, that's a birdie.
Yeah.
We didn't have a second throw. That was the second throw.
Yeah.
And the third one for Kaidi. Is he going to go in? Is he going to jump out chains as well? Not this time. Straight in the chains, straight in the basket. That's 3 for Keiti. And Anneli's going to tap in her 3. And that's 2 birdies and 2 pars.
Excellent.
Kristin down to 0. It's a good start.
I'm sure she would be able to play like a decent minors on the course, but obviously she was taking it easy, and you know, she had to put it correctly. She didn't have like much of a competition by the 4th round.
Yeah, better safe than sorry, because she does have the American games in America coming up. Ledgestone, was it?
Yeah.
And you need to keep her on for that, because you gotta beat those girls over there.
Yeah.
Hole number 4, par 203 meters, and we saw Kristin and Keiti throw basically the same shot in good spots. Next up, Anneli. Hopefully the same stuff as the 2 girls before, because those shots were good. And it seems a similar line. And where does it land? Behind the trees, obviously, because we can't see exactly where it landed, but it was a good spot, I'm sure.
Well, Anneli and Keiti are not quite local, but they have played the course many times because they live really nearby, and they should really know what they're doing on each of those holes.
There's a bit of an unfortunate throw from Kaidi, but it was actually an okay oh, that's an OB now. So too much unluck there, because the OBs are fairly tight on this hole. They are moving straight basically in the fairway on this spot where the disc is right now, but a good shot from Keiti and...
So that's outside circle 1, I would say, or maybe on the edge. Yeah, there's a narrow gap. I mean, these girls can actually throw over that gap, but oh no.
Oh, that's too much on the edge.
Is it safe? No, it's all be.
Well, that's a shame. And the guy's going for her. Oh,
She got the.
did it hit the lines?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, someone's out of electricity tonight, though.
Again, very unfortunate for her. She would have been under the basket, I think.
Definitely. That was a good throw, and a pretty decent throw from Kristin as well. A bit too.
You know what? This wind here is a bit funny. It shows like it's blowing from the left, but once the discs get there, they're going to start acting like differently. It happens there all the time. I can't explain it.
So yeah, interesting weather obviously up in Estonia, or down in Estonia, I would rather say. Good throw from Anneli straight under the basket, but yeah, the winds are weird here. Sometimes it's just
Can't go.
Oh, almost. At least it's parked. It didn't roll anywhere far.
Yeah.
The same is gonna be for Keiti.
But you need to be careful here as well, because there's like it goes slightly downhill behind the basket. So if you get like a roll, it can go really far.
Oh, that was close. Almost threw it out, but it jumped inside finally.
Oh, it was almost too high. And Keiti doing her, yeah. She does that all the time, and when she's really close to the basket. I think this is where you're.
I've tried that. I'm awful with that. I can't do anything with that. I've tried to throw my disc like that. It just slips out of my hand.
Yeah, need to practice more.
Yeah, I guess I do. Definitely need to practice. Definitely need to go to Prodigy Disc Golf course in Elva. But we're on to hole number 5, which is par 5, 220 meters. As you can see, it's a bit of a par 4. Sorry, yeah, par 4. Hole number 5. Bit of left, bit of right, bit of trees, bit of everything.
So Kristin's shot went a bit too far to the right, I would say. You want to be more to the left, because you can see like a S-shaped curve. Let's see how Keiti's doing. That looks better.
Between the trees, I think it was, maybe. It was a good spot. Yeah, you can nicely throw from there to the basket, because you have the left-hand turn.
However, the second half of the fairway, it's...
Oh, that's unfortunate from Anneli. She hit the trees and got stuck behind those trees, straight on the edge of the gap.
Go through.
And this one went through.
That's actually a perfect place to be.
And that's not comfortable. I know how, like, personally, I know it shouldn't be an issue, but sometimes if I have trees in front of me like that, it's like a mental block, and I can't throw forehand. And since I'm not that amazing with backhand, then I could just easily. It would be more comfortable to just tap out than to try anything, because I know I'm going to mess it up.
As we can see, Kristin is not in a very comfortable position either. All she can do is just do a layup and then approach the basket. The red stick marks the 50-meter sign. So what sign?
Sign. 50-meter sign, and it's a good spot to be in. Kate is trying to get somewhere further than that, and that is a good throw.
Wow. It almost looked like it's not gonna go. It's not gonna turn, and it's gonna start fading into the OB.
That's a good line as well from Anneli.
Yeah.
So you can see the basket is behind those
guarding trees,
which are not actually that guarding because there are massive gaps between them, but they are so annoying.
Yeah, well, go and try and get through those. It's not that easy.
It's not. It seems like, yeah, I've got 2 meters between the trees, but the 2 meters are actually like 10 centimeters if you get there.
Yeah.
Kristin going forehand, straight under the basket, I think. Is he gonna be between the trees? The 10 centimeters is actually more than enough, and that's a nice tap ball.
Keiti also opting for forehand. Well, I suppose she feels more comfortable with, because as we can see, the right hand gap is way larger. Wider.
Seems like Keiti's mostly like the same thing that Kristin does. She's like, oh, I can do it, but I can do it better.
To be fair, yeah, the shots are really, really similar. I was walking with them. Oh, that went almost in. And yeah, I could see the similarities. But they also train together, and they have the same disc, so yeah, we're not.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you practice with the same person long enough, you're bound to get some similarities and some similar idea in how to play your game. So that's yeah, understandable indeed. Yeah, for Kaidi, for Keiti. Kristin got 4 and Anneli is going in for a 5. Kristin's down to -1, Kaidi 20. Hole number 6, par 4, 170 meters, and there's an OB, and you can see the tight gap there. So you want to get past that as nicely as possible.
I would say they're probably going to play safe. Just throw, not going to try and go over the small gap, and we can see the rain has started to...
Yeah, exactly. I just want to mention it's a bit raining now. Not that windy anymore, but you know, rain is sometimes even more awful than wind.
Yeah, definitely. No, actually.
I would rather take a windy day than a rainy day. Because I'm wearing glasses and I can't see anything with a rainy day.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so far everybody has played safe. Because I think the second shot, it's easy to get under the basket. There are a few trees blocking. If you can get past them, a birdie is well deserved.
That was actually a comfortable spot for Keiti.
Yeah.
But the disc went a bit too straight. I mean, you should have faded in the end a bit more, and it would have been a nice spot for her.
Maybe she would have liked to go a bit higher. It seemed a bit low.
True. Yeah. And that disc went a bit too far now. And what's Kristin gonna do? And that is a good line straight to the basket. A bit of a skip in the end, but it shouldn't be a problem for her.
And that looks perfect. That's exactly what you need to do.
Go in.
Oh, slightly short.
The line was there. A bit of more strength and it would have been a tap into the chains.
But it is the final round, so I don't think anybody wants to attack these baskets too much and possibly make a mistake.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your spot that we are in. If it's a lead, if it's second, if it's third, doesn't matter. You just want to at least keep your spot then, rather than to lose it.
Yeah.
A bit of a far putt for Kaidi. It's not actually that far, to be honest. It seems far, but it's, yeah.
Some 11 meters.
Yeah, as you can see, her strength is nicely strong, as she even threw it over the basket a bit too far, so. And straight in the chains. That is a birdie for Kristin.
Yeah, we can see Kaidi's really focused.
I mean, you gotta get focused after the chain miss that you had.
Yeah.
You can't do that again. And that is pars for Kaidi and Keiti and Anneli.
Heading to hole 7, almost halfway through. So this is this requires a tunnel shot. You need to be really accurate. I think most guys would play forehand. Let's see what the girls are gonna do. It goes slightly uphill afterwards.
Oh, that's annoyingly tight.
Yeah, Kristin keeping it really low. I wonder if you keep it really low and then you get a kick, you probably the disc is not going to kick too far off the fairway. I don't know. Is there any logic there?
I understand the logic. Yeah, it shouldn't kick too far, but that was an unfortunate kick from Keiti straight into the tree and to the left side of the fairway. I hope she has a way out of there. And this is a good throw.
Well, you need to get really lucky if you're going to be off the fairway on this course and you have not passed the trees yet. It's quite difficult to get the right gap or yeah.
Well, that's a good throw as well, straight between the trees, out of the forest, and they can see where Keiti landed her disc. There are ways to get out, but it's not the most comfortable.
I think it's the distance that's gonna. You can do your throw, you can do your shots and everything, but it's still quite far from the basket. So it's quite difficult to get the par.
Hopefully she get out of this one. It's par 3 and that's an interesting kick.
That was good though.
Yeah. Well, after those 2 unlucky shots, you got to get something lucky.
Yeah. So that's on a second shot. Easy backhand approach. Yeah.
Should be nicely parked. And Kristin going for forehand. And should be nicely parked as well.
That was Kaidi's opportunity to go for birdie. I don't know whether she wanted to do that. Can't really tell.
A 50-50 shot. Either park it or get a birdie.
Yeah.
So nothing you lose in that point.
Yeah.
So that's a bogey for Keiti. Comfortably in for a par for Anneli. And we see fans looking at how the girls are playing. Kristin's going to get a par as well, and finally Kaidi just tapping in for a par. So Kristin minus 2, 20, 22 and 28. Lastly for Anneli. Oh, that's an interesting OB area in the around the basket there.
That's a bunker.
That's a bunker.
Yeah, that's a sand bunker, and obviously with the hazard rule. For these girls, I think it's going to come into play on the second shot while approaching, and as we're about to see, the basket is slightly uphill as well, so it's quite a difficult one. You don't want to get a roll, you don't want to leave it short. Yeah,
so it can either go really good, slightly uphill on the tee pad and then slightly uphill for the basket.
Yes.
Oh, plus you got the bunker. Oh, that's just going to mess it up.
If we didn't have the Estonian flag on hole 6, this would be our signature hole. I think it's really interesting.
Seems to be an awesome course. Seems to be awesome. I definitely need to go there and play that. There was a bit of an unfortunate shot from Anneli, but others got their disc out nicely. A bit of the branches coming in the way for Anneli, but seems to be there's not too much of an issue.
Yeah, she's going to play safe now.
Yeah.
Not trying to get over the bunker. If I've been saying this is our signature hole or something. This is actually my home course. I don't know whether you know it.
I did not.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, come on,
that's
stay.
a roll. That's different. Oh, that's hazard. That sometimes happens if you have a basket next to a hazard that is uphill. You don't want to get that roll right there.
No, but you don't want to go past the basket because in that case you would have to put towards the hazard.
Yeah, just like...
I think being on the side like Keiti is really good.
That's comfortable, that's comfortable. Compared to the other
Yeah.
positions. Taking out the bush now, making sure that he's exactly as it should be. Was it like 100 meters from there, I think?
Slightly less, I think. Maybe 90, maybe even 80, or maybe 70. No, it should be, yeah, maybe 80, 70 meters.
Does it land in the sand? That landed in the sand.
I'm sure she's gonna get the OB4 from there. It's not too far.
It should be puttable for her.
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen with
Fingers
Kaidi?
crossed. Oh, yeah.
Better safe than sorry, yeah. Get it
Yeah.
out of the basket and get the bogey rather than getting the extra, another.
Oh, Kaidi is holding the second place at the moment now. 20 over par. Anneli 22 and Keiti 28, I think it was, after the last basket, previous one.
Right, straight in the basket. OB4. Saving at least saving the par at least from the hazard. But yeah, it was a good putt from her. And a tap in for Anneli. OB5 for Kaidi. And a tap in par for Keiti. So Keiti 28, Anneli 22, Kaidi 21, and -2 for Kristin.
I don't know whether the players are looking at the scores at this point yet, but Anneli is really approaching Kaidi, and yeah, any mistake can have some bad consequences. What? No. What's the word?
Backlash, I think.
I'll just leave it.
Yeah.
So hole 9, par 4. This is a really difficult one. To be fair, it could be a par 5 for women. However, before the competition, we asked whether they would prefer it, and they said, no, let's leave it. So let's see what it's gonna be like for them.
It's like a fairly long S. As you can see from the trees, the rain has gone away, but the wind is coming back, which means that you can't have a comfortable play at any time in Estonia. Only winds or rains, and when it's sunshiny, it's too damn hot.
So the first throw is gonna have to be either forehand or a slightly understable backhand. All you want to do is get onto the field, which is quite wide, and then the second shot is going to be like into the narrow corridor. Not too bad.
Not too bad. But, I mean, based on where she was, it's fairly good.
She probably didn't get the right angle for the disc, but she can definitely continue from there.
As you can see, the winds are just pushing the disc down, so it's not comfortable.
After the second shot, you want to be slightly to the right. I think that's a better angle for the basket, to approach the basket. Kristin is opting for sidearm, but still stays a bit too far to the left.
Well, it depends actually. I would prefer the left side, so I can nicely do a hyzer to the basket.
Ah, okay.
So personally, for me, that was a good spot from Kristin. But
The thing is, if you do like a hyzer backhand, because the basket it is again on a slope,
right, yeah,
you
I
might
didn't
get a
think
roll.
of that.
Yeah.
Didn't think of that.
It's going to be closer than you see, and we have some pine trees there.
Well, that was a good shot
That was
from
amazing.
Kaidi.
Yeah.
And where is Keiti gonna throw hers? Is it gonna be under the basket, over the basket, a bit of a roll? And that is pretty good, actually, to be honest. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the kind of line I thought about, but it's a bit too cut edge, and that's the roller that you were talking about.
Yeah.
And
but it's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad. Yeah,
it's okay. Yeah, I think the hyzer shot is not the best option here because you have, well, basically you have lots of trees.
Yeah. You got to be sure about your hyzer shot.
Yeah.
Nice throws from both Anneli and Kristin.
That's slightly outside circle 1. Come on. Oh.
That's a bit too far now. It was a good attempt though. It was a good attempt. It's uncomfortable on the, if you're already on the slope and you're trying to get to a basket that is not that close, so it's very uncomfortable to do that. But it shouldn't be a problem for Kristin. But it actually wasn't. But the basket was just like slightly too high.
Yeah.
It's about 5 centimeters too high. So let's just blame the basket on this one.
See how Kaidi's gonna do. No,
Okay,
don't. Yes.
Thankfully, there's a guardian tree this time helping out, not blocking.
Yeah. Yeah. Basket is finished. Par for Keiti. Yeah, there's a slight headwind, and
Again,
probably
the 5 centimeters of the basket. I'm telling you, that's the problem. So 5 for Anneli. 6. Sorry, my apologies. 6. And 5 for Kaidi. And Kristin's gonna throw in her bogey. Is it? I think it's bogey. Yeah. It's 5. Exactly. So, current score is -1 for Kristin, Kaidi 22 plus, Anneli 24 plus, and Keiti 28 plus. That was the front 9 of Estonian Championship, sponsored by Smartpost. Tune in for the back 9